Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Fans made the same joke about Steph Curry's new college gig. Several fans saw Steph Curry's recent appointment at his alma mater as a sign of the times. On Monday, reports emerged that Curry had accepted the role of assistant general manager of the Davidson basketball programs. The Golden State Warriors star became the first active player in U.S. major pro sports history to take an administrative job with an NCAA program. Curry, his wife Fisher, and other prominent Davidson supporters are reportedly creating an 8-figure fund to help support the school's men's and women's basketball teams. Fans on X could not help but find humor in Curry's new role. Many joked that inflation is truly getting to everyone. If Curry also needs a second job, you know basic rent bad when Steph Curry need a second job. One fan wrote, "Curry got a second job, lol, you better cancel that vacation," joked another. "Economy so bad even Steph got tea. Oh, get a second job," wrote a third fan. Curry is in the third year of a $25.4 million contract he signed back in 2002. Aside from making $55.7 million in salary from the Warriors this season, Steph also has dozens of endorsements that likely put him well over the 9-figure range in annual earnings. The man is definitely not hurting for cash, especially considering where Curry's career earnings rank all time. But with San Francisco consistently ranking as one of the most expensive cities in the world to live in, it's hard to blame Curry for taking on a side hustle in the current economy. Warriors defensive ACGP2 beats Trailblazers with buckets. It was 2 hours before tip-off Monday night, and Warriors coach Steve Kerr was sharing his vision of Gary Payton to roll in the absence of starting guard Brandon Podmski. Payton said would be able to support Jimmy Butler III's orchestration of the team's offense whenever Stephen Curry is off the floor. Gary's obviously not a true point guard, but he can handle the ball and get us into offense. K said, "We're elite at that position defensively with Gary there, so I think that's what we will lean towards with BP out. Gary handling those minutes, then probably playing with Jimmy, so Jimmy ends up handling the ball most of the time anyway, but Gary can bring it up against pressure and get us into sets and get the ball to Jimmy." Waiter got in Golden State's 130-120 victory over the Portland Trailblazers was much more of the opposite. Butler getting the ball to Payton and other Warriors too getting the ball to Dunn. It was the right thing to do. Payton was making shots, three-pointers, layups, a floater, a dunk, even a hook shot at a higher rate than Butler or Curry or any other team made. The 6'2" wing shot 11 of 16 from the field, including 4 of 6 from beyond arc, finishing with a career and team-high 26 points in 28 minutes off the bench. This was a new and welcome dimension for the defensive specialist. He's going to be open from the three-point line every game, K said. After the game, we had him handling the ball quite a bit to initiate the offense, and then he would receive it on the back end. Because of how they were playing everybody else, it's a product of their defense. Curry scored 24 points while receiving his customary copious attention. Buddy Hield and Moses Moody each put in 20 points, while Butler managed 15 points along with 10 rebounds and 10 assists for his first triple-double as a Warrior and the first of the season for the team. But Payton was the star of this game in a way unlike any before. "I love what G brings," Butler said. "He's got the hardest job of guarding the best player night in and night out, and he never complains. He does whatever you ask him to do. He takes and makes shots, and he's so fun to watch and so fun to be a teammate of, and more than anything, he makes winning play after winning play." Payton recorded a steal and a block, which is hardly unusual. What's unusual is that he took and made the most shots and wound up leading all Golden State scorers for the first time in his 184 games. If the franchise, Payton made one goal off his own miss, but the other 10 came courtesy of 5 different teammates. Hield assisted 5 times, twice on triples. Butler assisted on a pair of threes. Kevin Looney fed 10 for a layup, and Curry assisted on a hook shot, and Draymond Green tossed up a lob pass that Payton jammed to the delight of the sellout crowd. 18 to 64. Cut that out. Jimmy Butler will tell Warriors teammate he's not a three-point shooter, claims Tim Hardaway Sr. It has not taken long at all for Jimmy Butler to make an impact with the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler has transformed the Golden State Warriors season since he was traded from the Miami Heat at the recent deadline. The Warriors have risen to 6th in the Western Conference and now have their sights set higher, currently on a 4-game win streak and 9-1 over the past 10. There could be further improvement to come too, with Jonathan Kuminga taking steps towards a return to action to the team. Former NBA star Tim Hardaway Sr. expect Jimmy Butler to be a positive influence on rising star Jonathan Kuminga when he returns. Hardaway Sr. told Run ITB that he expects Butler to speak plainly to Kuminga about his game and tell him how to simplify it to focus on his strengths. Specifically, he sees Butler telling Kuminga to stop focusing on being a three-point shooter. He said, "I really think it's going to help Kuminga out." He going to tell Kuminga, "Look, stop listening to everybody, play your game alright, and that means you're not a three-point shooter. Stop shooting 3 points, play your game, get into the mid-range, mix it up, play downhill, use your athletic ability." And that's what he's going to tell him to do. Sometimes you got to get all that cut out and stop listening to coaches and go out there and play your game. When you play your game you will excel. Should I make the coach happy or should I make myself happy? I think Kuminga has a guy, Jimmy Butler, that's going to help him out with his decisions and playing better out there on the court. Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr has already spoken about wanting Jonathan Kuminga to learn from Jimmy Butler. He explained, "I think he's a perfect guy for JK to emulate. What makes Jimmy special is he doesn't try to be special, he just plays fundamental basketball, the constant fundamental play. I mean, he never turns it over, he just makes a simple play over and over in, and I want JK to learn some of that." No date has yet been set for Jonathan Kuminga's return, although he has scrimmaged with the team. K said via CBS, "He has to feel right, he has to feel healthy, he has to feel explosive. We can't rush that." And you fan, what do you think about Jimmy Butler's situation? Write to us in the comments.